Hello Aries, and welcome to the weekly love reading for singles from the 15th to the 21st of February. Now Aries, first of all, thank you so very much for being patient with me. I know I missed a singles reading last week because I was traveling for work and I haven't done one for you guys for ages. So thank you for still sticking by me and still staying subscribed. As a thank you, what I've decided to do is pulled out the old bad boy traditional Rider-Waite, and I'm going to clarify for you. So I'm going to do like an extra special for you this week just to say thank you, because I know it's been ages. It's the week of Valentine's Day. I didn't have it out for you guys. It just wasn't going to happen. I was too busy with the day-to-day life and unfortunately couldn't get it out. So thank you so much for being patient. Now, before I get into your reading, a bit of a quick astrological update. We do have a full moon in the sign of Virgo on the 19th or the 20th, depending on where you're located in the world. For us in Oz, it's on the 20th, but it's weird. It's at like 12:30 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. if you're in Queensland. So it's a bit of an odd time. But full moons, as you guys know, because you're so smart, are all about releasing and letting go, right? They're completing a cycle. In Aries, I have to tell you, you have not one, but 2 10s and also the card of Judgment, which is the number 20. So you definitely have some shit that's closing out this week. Just for those that are watching, if you're new to the channel, I am an Aries moon and an Aries rising. So this applies to me just as much as it does to you. All right, let's get started. At the bottom of the deck, you come into this period with the 5 of Swords. Aries, what went down? How was your Valentine's Day? Because it looks like you are having to defend yourself. You know, for those that do follow me, I don't try and take a card just on its face value. I can break it down for you. I can teach you what each card means, but that's not what a good reader does. A good reader intuits the energy that's around from an astrological point of view, and then also has a look at the combination of cards. And for me, you come into this period, so the 15th until the 21st, with the 5 of Swords coupled with the Hanged Man. So what does this mean? 5 of Swords speaks about winning the battle but losing the war type thing. So I feel like you've had to defend yourself, and particularly when it comes to love, with something that may have been in limbo, like in a holding pattern. For those that, you know, maybe were dating someone casually, but it kind of hadn't gotten across the line into anything more serious, maybe you hadn't really connected in any other way, I feel like it wasn't the right kind of match for you, Aries. I feel like at the moment, coming into your birthday month, there's so much energy around you from an astrological point of view. Uranus leaving your sign, moving into Taurus, and a whole range of other things, that it's not the right time for you to begin dating something new. It's the time for you to be releasing a lot of old stagnant behavior. And I say that as you have the Hanged Man coupled with the 3 of Swords. So something ended, there was a breakup of some kind, and I feel like it's nothing that upset you. I feel like you kind of saw it's the writing on the wall. Is that the right saying? Like you kind of saw where it was going, because at the base of these 2 cards is the Ace of Swords. You had the clarity that you needed to see forward into the future and just be like, yeah, this is not actually going to go where I thought it may have gone, or maybe you knew that the whole time and you were just trying it on for size to see if it would actually fit. For those of you where it's probably a little bit deeper than that, where you have had a connection and you've decided to walk away from it, then I feel like you've done the right thing, Aries. Now, in terms of signs, I know you guys love the signs. I am seeing a fellow fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm also seeing a Pisces. I think I already mentioned Sagittarius as fire sign. Aquarius, maybe for some of you. Sag, I've already mentioned. Maybe Cancer, and potentially another earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Either way, I mean, I've pretty much mentioned all the signs by air, but either way, I feel like for the majority of you, you've ended a commitment of something that wasn't too serious, but wasn't exactly non-existent. Like it wasn't just like a hot fling. It was someone that you were actually considering to date and it just wasn't going to work, okay? And I think part of the reason for that is because there's so much going on for you as a sign, as a person. If you haven't seen your 2019 forecast, I'll put a link towards the end. But there's so much going on for you this year that it's just, I don't think it's the right timing with this time of year, okay? Now, obviously this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to everyone, but as you get through to the weekend and into next week, you have the 10 of Wands coupled with the Queen of Wands. So I feel like this is your energy, Aries, to be honest. I feel like you're this is you standing in your power and you're just reaching the limit of the bullshit. I feel like you've kind of had enough, if I'm honest, if I'm really completely honest. And I say that because it's next to the 3 of Swords, right? So this combination to me speaks about you actually ending something, having a breakup. 3 of Swords speaks about getting heartbroken. Some of you may actually be devastated, or some of you may just be over that kind of energy and you're closing the chapter on maybe a past hurt or something from the past. For a few of you, this may not even be recent. This could just be for this week. There's been stuff you've been holding on to, and now you've finally seen it clearly, and now you're like, yeah, I'm just ready to let that go out of my life. And what an amazing time to do that, because you have this cleansing full moon in Virgo at 1 degree of Virgo on the 19th or the 20th. So you're closing out the hurt, you're letting it go. And you've got 2 10s here, as I said. You've got the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. So a massive amount of change for you, Aries. You know, on one hand, it's like you're putting down all your burdens. You're finally reaching the end where you just can't take another challenge or another responsibility. You can't do it anymore. And the 10 of Swords for me, coupled with the 5 of Swords that you've got here, is a card of betrayal. Like someone hasn't been honest with you. And you've, like, in traditional tarot, it shows a guy that's kind of like face down with all these swords in his back. And for me, it's showing that you've kind of reached that cycle. What's more important, and I love the illustrations on this deck. If you're interested, the link's below, by the way. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a David Bowie inspired deck. I love them. I'm still obsessed with them. It's really cool because, like, on one hand you've got this guy that's like reached the end and can't kind of take it anymore, but in this, if you have a look, it's like the soul and the physical body separating. You know, all the swords are coming out and you're being reborn anew. And what's even more amazing about that, obviously you've got 2 10s, so that's 20. At the base of your reading as you go into next week, you have the card of Judgment. And what number is the card of Judgment in Major Arcana? It's 20. So it's rebirth, Phoenix rising from the ashes. Aries, I know this is a love reading for singles, but I really feel like it's deeper than that. Like, I feel like you're shedding a lot of stuff, a lot of people, a lot of past hurts, a lot of pain. You're really just letting go of so much, and it's like, I feel like the best way to describe it is like you're coming out of a cloud or a fog, and you can see clearly. It's like you can see clearly now the rain is gone. And all this challenging energy has been because it hasn't been even. It hasn't been an even give and take. For those that were dating and that you ended like a kind of fling thing where you're seeing someone and you're going on a couple of dates and it didn't really kind of get across the line, that's because it wasn't even. It wasn't an even give of energy, of time, of resource, of money, energy in any form. And for you, Aries, it's like you will only put up with that kind of crap for so long, and then you'll be like, nah, done, out, and you'll stand in your power and your truth, which I love that. Like, look at how amazing this is, right? You have 10 of Wands, Queen of Wands, 10 of Swords. And it's just like you're standing in your power, so strong, so empowered, and you're just like, no, I'm not taking that anymore. That's not what I want. I'm not compromising on who I am and what I want, my boundaries and where I'm going. And because of that, you have the card of Judgment and the 3 of Wands. So this is how you're going into the next time and the next time period. So the next week when I read this for you, it's like you're beginning, like having a rebirth, beginning anew. Yeah. Can I please have some additional guidance for this spread, starting with the Hanged Man, please? Just one card. Thank you. 2 of Cups. Yeah, you were in limbo about a connection, which I've already said. 3 of Swords, please. Thank you. Yeah. Things that weren't clearly seen. Whoever this 3 of Swords, whatever this connection was, could have been with the Pisces as well. Card on the 10 of Wands. Look at that. How fucking cool. I just swore so badly. Is that? Oh, that's amazing. 10 of Wands ending and the Fool, like beginning, brand new beginning. Sorry, I generally don't curse or cuss too much, but I felt like that was needed. That just blew my mind. It's like you're ending one and there's the universe coming in. Major arcana of the Fool, brand new beginning, saying, well done, Aries, here you go. This is what's coming for you. Yeah, my goodness, because you trusted your intuition. And look at this, Wheel of Fortune, the World, completing a cycle. And I think I said that to you, like you're trusting your intuition, you're so on point. Look at this major arcana, the Fool, the High Priestess, the World. You're just ending whatever is not good for you anymore, Aries. And the Fool does represent your card too, so that's beautiful. There you are coming up trumps, King of Wands, having the clarity to see that where this connection was, where it wasn't going. Another card in the Six of Pentacles, please. Thank you. Yeah, because this is what you want. You want someone who's going to come in and offer you an emotional connection, a physical connection, you know, a hot, steamy kind of sexual connection. And where it's even, right? Look at this combination of cards. It's what I was saying to you before, like Six of Pentacles, even, give and take, someone offering their cup of love, coming towards you, and something where you feel really inspired, and where you basically just want to jump their bones, you know, that's what that kind of energy is. And I don't feel like you felt it over here, Aries. You kind of knew. That's why you've got the Moon and the High Priestess, right? You knew in your gut, deep in your waters, that it wasn't going to go in this direction. Another card, please, in the Ten of Swords. Thank you so much. Three of Swords, repeating card for you. That is what you're leaving behind. Okay? You've got the Three of Swords here as well. Leaving it behind, Aries. It no longer serves you. You don't need to hold on to it. Additional card on Judgment and Three of Wands, please. Really beautiful, okay? I know it hurts. I know you've been through a lot, Aries, okay? I'm an Aries Moon and Aries Rising, so I get it. I can relate to this reading 100%. But do you know what? The universe always does this. It takes out, it cleans house before it brings in what is right for us. And you do have new love, a brand new connection coming in. Look at this Knight of Cups with this Ace of Wands. Beautiful. And that's what you want. Additional guidance, please, on the card of Judgment. This one, thank you. Chariot, yeah, beautiful. And one more in the Three of Wands. Thank you, Eddie. One more. Thank you. Love it. Oh my God, this is such a good reading. Okay, so literally, after you get through all of that crap, you have the card of Judgment, of Resurrection, and the qualifying card for that is forward movement. Yes. Look at it. His arms are outstretched. He's like, yes. Phoenix rising from the ashes, rebirth. It's beautiful. And then you've got movement forward. Potentially a Cancer, because the Chariot does represent Cancer. But for me, it's my yes card. It's like moving forward, taking a new path. And what's really cool about that, to further qualify that, you've got an extra card of the Three of Wands, which speaks about future paths, and that's qualified with the Emperor, which does represent Aries. So again, it's that kind of, you've got the strength and the power to look forward to the future of what you really want. This also does speak about travel, so potentially you could be traveling towards the end of the week, around the 21st or the 20th. I see it being interstate travel, maybe something by car, because you have the Chariot here as well, the Chariot and Three of Wands. Not so much overseas travel, although it could be, but I'm seeing more like interstate or by car kind of travel. Oh, for some of you, actually it could be, because you do have the World here. Definitely travel coming up for you, Aries, okay? But look, the basis of it is, I feel like for some of you, there was someone that you're seeing or dating, it wasn't the right connection, you kind of knew that, you pulled back, you were trusting your intuition, and it ended, okay? And it ended so that a brand new beginning can come in. You've got the Fool here. This is like divinely guided, brand new beginning, okay? And if this is not just about love, even though this is a singles love reading, I want you to know that whatever you've ended, whether it be friendship, you know, a colleague relationship, whatever it is, you know, stuff to do with your work, your workmates, it's ending for a reason, to bring in something better for you, okay, Aries? Because you want something that's even. And back on love, I mean, this is what you want, right? You want someone who's going to give you that emotional fulfillment, that's going to support you as you're building your dreams, the Six of Pentacles, and that's going to be like passionately, wildly passionate about you from a physical point of view. You don't want this. Okay, so for those that are hurting right now and that are going through a breakup of some kind, for whatever this connection was over here, please try not to stay in that headspace for too long. You know, you're always in control of your thoughts. You always have the choice on how you look at a situation. And my advice to you is better things are coming, okay? I do want to point out too, I do have a king and a queen here, a king of wands and a queen of wands, different decks, but I think that's important to note too. I have a couple, okay? Now this could just represent you, or it could represent someone coming in, as I said, that's even and more aligned to who you are and what you want. And again, I have this very strong Aries coming through that could be yourself or could be another Aries, Aries to Aries. Can I have additional guidance for singles? There you go. Wow. Yeah. I mean, the cards have spoken, right? Feeling alone and healing begins. All right, let me read this to you. Oh, I've missed you guys. I'm so glad I can finally do these readings. I've been pumped about doing these all day. Saturday is my tarot day, so I get straight stuck into it and I literally sit there and read from 6 a.m. in the morning until sometimes 2 a.m., 3 a.m. because I'm just so trying to catch up. It's hard when you work full time, you know, so, but I love it. Love it, I love it, I love it. This is my passion. All right. Why can't I find the card for you? Okay, feeling alone. This is Pentacles, I believe. Yeah. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. So money could be tight as well. Don't worry, that's going to shift for you very soon. Lack, abandon, insecurity, support. True love and emotional support may seem like they're lacking at this time. This card suggests a period of feeling lonely or abandoned. You may think that no one understands you or your needs or even cares about you. Perhaps someone you turn to for support has deserted you for a hoped for love, or a hoped for love has rejected you. Your insecurities may rise to the surface to overwhelm you at this time. All that you desire may seem unattainable. Don't let your confidence be shaken. There are lessons in everything, and know that this difficult period is only temporary. It is only temporary, Aries, okay? Your spirit guides and the divine support you. Talk with them about how you're feeling and what you need right now. Also seek the support of those friends and family who are there for you. Help is at hand, you just don't see it. Be careful because depression feeds upon itself. Lift yourself out of it by doing something physical, take a walk, exercise, sing, or even volunteer your time. You'll feel better, and in doing so will attract happiness into your life. Beautiful, Aries, right? So it's actually confirming what I was saying about this reading and what I was picking up. But I think more important to that, it's telling you, you know, you don't need to fear this ending. Try not to stay in a state of melancholy for too long, okay? And believe me, I know what that feels like. I recently put up a video about depression. If you haven't seen it, go have a look. It's under Empress Love. It's a series. So I know what that feels like, okay? But what's really cool, and both of them came out together, I mean, you saw me shuffle them, is you've got the card of Healing Begins, which is the 6 of Swords, right? So this talks about release, heal, hope, and assistance. And it says, the energies around you now are guiding you towards a better place concerning dealings of the heart. These energies bring new information, new ideas, and new people to you. This is what I feel like you're cleansing space, right, Aries, to bring in a new. They will assist you in reevaluating your current situation and help you improve it. Even good situations can be made better. What are your hopes and dreams around relationships? Be comforted that you're being moved in the direction now. This is a time of healing, a letting go of past issues and moving steadily forward. Better times are just around the corner. The letting go may include difficult relationships, the need to control, the fear of being alone, or anything else that's causing stress and unhappiness. By releasing them, you free yourself and embrace the supportive energy around you. Allow it to carry you onward and let the healing begin. So there you go, Aries. That was your reading for this week. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you know. And for those that are interested, I am available for private readings again. All the details are in the description bar below. Thanks and take care.